Hey everyone, welcome back. I'm Michael and we're going to be getting right back into some more Reddit stories. If you enjoy the video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. Now, without further ado, let's begin. This story was posted by a user named Miss Pac-Man in the 2X chromosomes subreddit. The post is titled, "I want an abortion, but my fiance doesn't. I'm about 7 weeks pregnant and 19 years old. I don't want this baby. I want to finish school and get married first. My fiance wants to keep the baby and raise it because he wants kids. He's afraid that since I've already had one abortion, it'll make it harder to conceive in the future if I have another. I don't know what to do. He says he'll support me, but I know he resents that I'm taking away his child. He's 28 and has wanted kids all his life. I want them too, just not for another few years. I feel like if I get the abortion, he'll resent me and we'll break up. I also feel like if I have the child, I'll resent him and we'll break up. It's a case of damned if I do, damned if I don't." Update. I had an abortion 7 weeks ago. It was surgical and I thought it was odd that I didn't bleed at all. I went for an ultrasound today and the tech was taking a long time to get my images. She kept going over the same spots over and over. Then she called the doctor in who took the wand and showed me the baby, the 20-week-old, perfectly healthy baby. I'm in shock. I have no idea what to do or how to tell my parents. Any advice, ladies? Edit. I'm sorry this took so long, but I was resting for most of the night and day and just got back on the computer. I'm 20 years old, my SO is 29. We've decided to keep the baby. I called the hospital today and they gave me some resources. I'm kind of concerned since I've had 3 x-rays in the last 7 weeks and a couple of drinks. As for why I wanted the abortion, I have a serious autoimmune disease. My doctor thought it wouldn't be safe for me to carry the baby to term. I'm also depressed and can't take my meds, which is making things worse. I did go for a follow-up appointment, but my family doctor was more concerned with checking my red blood cell count than my hormones. The only reason I got this ultrasound was because I went to see a doctor at a walk-in clinic who felt a mass near my stomach and wanted to know what it was. Update 2. Well, 2X, it's been an interesting couple of weeks. I called the hospital where I had the abortion and talked to a unit clerk. She just said, "Oh," and transferred me to a counselor. The counselor was very unhelpful and seemed more concerned with covering her ass than helping me. I am still trying to figure out what to do. I don't think I will sue, but I do want to know what the hell happened in that OR. I also went to see my family doctor. She sent me for some blood tests and referred me to an OB, who will be taking over my care for the remainder of my pregnancy. I meet with the OB on Friday. I am also booked for another ultrasound tomorrow. That's when we'll hopefully find out the gender and if there are any noticeable abnormalities with the fetus. My boyfriend and I have decided to keep the baby. We are planning on getting married next month and have already started rearranging our house to fit baby stuff in. I am struggling with a bit of resentment, but I'm choosing to see this as the kick in the butt I need to go back to school. After all, I'll have a kid to support. I found out I had been accepted to a program starting in September, but it looks like I won't be able to go now because the baby isn't even due until the middle of September. I may apply for an online program at one of the local universities or learn independently until the baby is old enough to be put in daycare. Anyway, I just wanted to update this for anyone who is wondering. Update 3, I decided to consult a lawyer. Unfortunately, Canada does not prosecute wrongful birth, and the only way I would be able to even get a settlement is if my child is born with disabilities. I think that's bullshit. Every lawyer I've talked to has said that I would probably only get money for pain and suffering, which wouldn't even be worth the fees. The clinic has admitted to messing up. I got my surgery report from my OBGYN. It states that there was no fetal material identified and that they removed 16 milligrams of material. If the clinic knew they hadn't removed any fetal material and I was 13 weeks, they should have identified something. They should have contacted me. They did not. I think that counts as negligence. The problem is getting a lawyer to agree, and most of them give me 5 minutes over the phone and want $450 an hour to see me in the office. My pregnancy has been going okay. I have to go for bi-weekly blood tests. I am considered high risk. I get the feeling I'm going to be put on bed rest in the summer. I hate that we make just barely too much to get any government aid, but at least I'll get maternity benefits. We have all these expenses that have popped up, like health insurance, baby stuff, and medicine for me. He has a tooth infection we can't afford to treat until the dental coverage kicks in, and that won't be until September. I'm still a little upset. I want to enjoy my 20s, and now I'm stuck with a baby. I can't travel or enjoy time with my fiance, just the two of us. Sex is painful now, and I barely have the energy to leave the house. I can't afford new clothes, and none of my old ones fit properly. I probably sound spoiled, and it doesn't help that my fiance is looking at working on the oil rigs up north, which means he would be gone for 21 days at a time. I feel so lonely. Update 4. I've posted 2 previous updates, and this should be the final one. I am currently 29 weeks pregnant and shouldn't be. I've grown to like the idea of my baby, and my fiance and I are getting used to the idea of being parents. We're getting married in 2 days, and he'll be starting a better paying job in our city soon. I have still been unable to find a lawyer, and at this point I've given up on it. The clinic has informed me that they are doing a full review to see what went wrong, and that I will be informed of the results in a few months. If the baby is born with any disabilities, I will revisit the idea of hiring a lawyer. I have received an apology from the clinic as well as the best care they can arrange for me in the city. I am not under the care of any of the doctors at the clinic, as I refused. In the meantime, my health problems have gotten worse, and I am on daily inhalers in order to be able to breathe. I am considered high risk and at high risk of needing a blood transfusion during labor. With my fiance starting a new job, we will have fewer money troubles. However, due to severe flooding and the way my work schedule is set up, I am finished with work for the summer and am trying to figure out how maternity benefits work and whether I can receive them. As for school, I'm still trying to figure that out. I may be able to attend evening classes or take them online, but I would not be doing so until January. My plan is to stay home with the baby until I can work out an appropriate method of childcare, whether that is babysitting or daycare. If there are any other questions, I'd be happy to answer them. I was very upset with how many people told me I would be a terrible mother and should put the baby up for adoption in the last update. I think I am allowed to be a little upset about this chain of events, but that doesn't mean I won't love my son. Final update. To wrap up this whole saga, my son is now 3.5 months old. As far as anyone can tell, he is in perfect health, even better than I am, and is ahead on most of his milestones. He's a pretty laid-back little dude, and even though he was unexpected, he's still wonderful. I'm currently on a year-long maternity leave and bored out of my mind. We don't have a car, and it's usually -25 with wind chill, so we don't go out very much. I am enjoying taking care of him and watching him grow. I got married in July, and a week afterwards got 2 different short-term contracts. Not only did both of them allow me to work while pregnant, but one started right after the first finished, and it was the kind where I chose when to work. This raised the amount I could get for maternity benefits, which means that right now I make more staying home than I would if I went back to work. We're actually thinking about having more kids in a couple of years. We figure if I get the pregnancy and child rearing out of the way while I'm still young, it will be easier for me to recover. I still haven't heard the results of the investigation. I did report the doctor to the medical board, but I haven't heard anything back. The clinic director seems to have forgotten about me, but I'm going to call her soon and ask what's going on. It's been a tough year. I never thought I would be married with a 3-month-old, but I'm enjoying it. There were a lot of people telling me I would be a bad mother because I tried to abort. I think I'm doing pretty well, all things considered. I had no postpartum depression and I healed quickly after birth. I like having a little guy to go on adventures with and teach things to. Right now, we're learning calculus. I am planning on taking evening courses and getting a business certification next year. My husband is home from work by 3, so I wouldn't have to pay for childcare. I hope to accelerate my classes and graduate early, but we'll see. User Big Nerd said, seeing the age gap, I knew it wouldn't work out, and it turned out I was right. User Ice Blue said, X wanted the baby and bailed. What a bum-ass loser. User Innocent Salad said, the husband trying to run off to an oil rig job and leaving her alone with the dangerous pregnancy she didn't want told me everything I need to know about that gross fucker, even before the inevitable end.